Oh, this is really weird. Can I not change my levels in the slightest? I can't even tell what's going on. Hello, Squid. Can you guys let me know if I sound okay? Because I actually don't know, because YouTube has changed again, and like my whole setup is different now. You won't be seeing the chat that's normally here. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see that. And there's not a whole lot I can do about that at the moment. Sounds all right. Video quality is choppy though. Hold on one sec. Yeah, it's kind of stupid. I can't see my microphone levels. Oh wait. Test. Check. Okay, there's like tiny little dots at the bottom of the screen, and I'm assuming that's my mic levels. That's kind of stupid though. That doesn't seem very sensitive. Am I quiet? It looks like I'm quiet. But I can't I don't know if that's OBS has been perfecting their stuff for how long, and YouTube comes around and thinks that they can do better. Oh, good lord. I now have to use, I'm not using an output thing at all. I'm not using OBS at all right now because I can't. Oh, and another thing, because, YouTube's obviously owned by Google. I tried doing it on Firefox, which I normally do, and it was like, oh yeah, you can't live stream without Chrome anymore. So it's like, oh, cool. They're trying to get you to use their browser too. So audio is good. Okay. Well, I'll trust you guys. If I'm too quiet or if I'm not loud enough, let me know. I'm gonna have to start getting used to these things. At least I can see the like button now, or how many likes it has. You couldn't see how many likes or dislikes it had before. So at least that's something. So I haven't live streamed in a while. I haven't put out any content in a while, actually. And it's 2:30 p.m. Central Time. So I imagine a lot of people are in school right now or doing something because it's a Thursday, just a random day. But I haven't done anything in a while, and so I figured while I'm doing this, I might as well post something. I'm sure that a lot of you guys aren't interested in this. I hope you guys will forgive me. I don't spam random things enough, I think, to annoy you guys. I really try not to annoy you guys with these kind of things, because if I go live, then a bunch of people get bell notifications. Spring break. Oh, is it spring break for you? We had our spring break a little while ago. Man, it's a late spring break. Because this has to do with knives and not really Nerf, and so that might annoy a lot of people. It's like, I came here for Nerf, not this. So, hopefully you guys, or at least I think the majority of people that would hit the bell icon for me, hopefully the majority of you are okay with it. And again, I try not to spam a whole lot of this kind of stuff. And I'm just now realizing that this is backwards. Are you freaking kidding me? Is this mirrored? I'm just now realizing that this might be mirrored. Is this mirrored? Is that mirrored for you guys? Is there a setting? Oh my god. Says Spider Go to us. Okay, so you guys can read this, right? Because to me, I can't read that. It's backwards to me. Okay, that's really weird. Why am I backwards and you guys aren't? God, I hate YouTube. They really screwed the pooch on this, I'm telling you. They changed out the entire thing. It's really stupid. That really pisses me off. Anyway, let's get on with it. So I ordered 2 Spyderco knives. I planned on ordering one of them. I planned on ordering this one. This is a Blade HQ exclusive, which is a website where you can get knives. I usually try to get my knives off of bladehq.com. And this is a Paramilitary 2. It's an exclusive one that they have at their website. This sold out in just a couple minutes. I was on watch for this knife because this is basically my perfect knife. I absolutely love the scales. Rib glass construct. Yeah, I'll be watching their channel for when it arrives. I leave work for now. Bye. See you, Meow. Thanks for stopping by. So Paramilitary 2, very popular knife. Personally, I kind of like the Para 3 a little bit better, which is a little bit... Actually, I have one right here. Since this is a knife stream, I might as well bring them all out. I think this is all of them. I might be missing one. This is the Para 3. Not to be confused, the Paramilitary 2. I hate when people call this a Paramilitary 3. It's not a Paramilitary 3. It's a Para 3. That's it. That's the full name. But it is slightly smaller than this guy. And I actually kind of like this one a little bit more. It's a little bit more good in my size. Also, if you notice how sharp that tip is, I feel like this is almost about to chip off. Like it gets to a real fine point there. This one is more of a curve upwards though. And so it's not as fine of a tip right there. And so I like the blade shape of this one a little bit better, but this is more of the blade size and stuff that I'm used to. So it's not that terrible. This one is actually a little bit smaller than what I'm used to. So really like the color on this knife. Wish I could justify buying those kind of knives. Yeah, I've had to realize that this is just going to be a hobby of mine if I'm going to be spending this level of money on knives. This is a Microtech Ultratech, which if anybody knows anything about knives, this is not a cheap knife. But I've always wanted one. Really love that. This is actually the cheapest one I have. This is just a $30 knife. It's called a Rook. And yes, I did have to look that up. It's called a Rook P105-Q. Not very catchy name. But yeah. I will say that YouTube is controlling my webcam and it actually autofocuses relatively decently. I will say that. That's kind of relief, because if any of you guys have watched any of my streams, you'll know that my camera hates autofocusing. And then this is just a Volley, which was my first good knife Benchmade, and it is an assisted. You can see that I carried this one for quite a while from the spine there. A little bit difficult to close one-handed because it is an assisted. I barely push this and it will go in on its own, go out on its own. So usually I just two-hand close that. And then this is one I was carrying on me just now. This is I know it's a Griptilian, but there's a certain model number to it because this is the G10 scale version. It's got blue on the inside there, then gray on the outside. G10 handle scales. And if you notice on all my knives, they're left-handed pockets because I carry my phone in my right pocket, and that would get in the way. I pull out my phone way more than I do my knife. This is the only one that's right-handed, and that's because there is no left on this. I don't think I've ever carried this. It was just a cheap knife, and it got really good reviews. It's a ball-bearing flipper, and I didn't own a flipper, so I just kind of wanted a cheap flipper. G10 scales, believe it or not, on a $30 knife. So what am I doing today? Let me not cut myself. So This is almost my perfect knife. And by almost, I mean the blade steel sucks. For some reason, and even the guys over at Blade HQ, I called them, they don't even like the blade steel. Everyone, I think it's pretty much universal. Everyone hates this blade steel. And it's called M4. And it's a non-stainless steel. It's not stainless, so it will rust. Now, this is DLC coated, which is some of the best coating you can get. It's basically tungsten coated on the outside here. It's not the same thing as this. I don't even know if you can tell. There's a slight color variance there. This is more matte. This one's a little bit shinier. In real life, it's more noticeable, but this is not the same coating. This will rub right off if I scratch it on something, which, as you can tell, I have. But this is DLC. I haven't tested this one yet, but it's supposed to be more durable. So it's not going to rust on the outside here, although I have heard reports of it rusting through this, believe it or not. But it is going to rust on the edge here. Now, that's not good because I live in Houston, and Houston has 90% humidity 90% of the time, and that's not a joke. Usually it's around 100% humidity. It's very humid here. So this is most likely going to rust. I do not like this. I don't want to have to maintain it. I don't want to have to oil it. I don't want to do that. That's really stupid. But so that's going to kind of deter me away from carrying this every day. But that kind of sucks because this is basically my perfect knife, right? So without hesitation, I bought a second one. Now this has the same DLC coating, but it is S30V steel. I don't know if you can read that right there. It's not going to focus, but that's okay. You guys trust me. S30V. And that is a much, 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 much better steel. Same steel that's on my Benchmade here. And I believe both of my Benchmades have S30V. I think the Volley is S30V as well. Again, not DLC coating. Yeah, S30V as well. So it's a very premium steel, this one. I don't think I have any paper here. I got a sticky note. How about a sticky note? Obviously, if we're going to do that, we have to do a little bit of a test here, and I'll just use the tip. Let's try to keep this in focus. I'll just use the tip here. And yeah, so it is a little bit sharp. So comes razor sharp out of the box. As a matter of fact, these two are probably the sharpest out of the box I've gotten. I think the M4 might be a little bit sharper. I mean, I can let the weight of this knife almost... Yeah, I think this one's a little bit sharper. I mean, that's beyond shaving right there. So, if you're in California, I'm sure this steel would be fine. Southern California, at least. Southern California is very, very dry. I don't think you'd have any problem, but for me, it's not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this knife, but I'm going to take the scales off of this one and put it on this one. And then this is going to be my knife. Now, I thought about just changing out the blades, but the more I think about it, the more it's just logical just to change out the handle scales. Now, this will void the warranty. There is a warranty on this. It will completely void the warranty if I take the scale off. So that's unfortunate, but the warranty isn't as great on Spyderco as Benchmade. Benchmade, if you ever do anything to this, you can send it in and they will fix it for you. To the point of if you snap the blade in half, you can replace the blade for, I think this one, it varies on different models, but I think this one's like $35 to replace the blade if you snap it clean in half. But regular maintenance and stuff like that is just the cost of shipping to get it up there. Spyderco is not as good of a warranty. It's, from what I'm reading, I've never done it myself, so I don't know it to what extent. But from what I've read, just in the pamphlet, it sounds like if there's a manufacturing error, we'll cover it, which is pretty basic. But I can take apart my Benchmade, I can customize it, I can do whatever I want to it. If I ever want to send it into a warranty, just put the regular stuff back on, send it in, and they'll fix it for me for free. So that's one of the main reasons why I carry a Benchmade, is because their warranty is stupid amazing. I'm not worried about breaking this thing at all. Are you going to do that on stream? Yeah, that's what we're doing today. Sorry, I'm kind of ignoring the chat. I'm used to it being in a different location. I'm still trying to get used to all this. Yeah, school's going okay. A little bit tiring, but I just did my last day this week until Monday again. But yeah, so that's what we're doing on stream, Trico. Sorry, we're changing stuff out. I need to get my screwdriver. Not a big thing. This shouldn't take too long. But there's also Loctite on these pivots on the. I'm not sure if they're on here. We'll find out. But I know there's Loctite on these. I don't have Loctite blue right now. I have Loctite red, but there's no way in hell I'm going to put Loctite red on these because I want to get it off eventually. It is technically temporary. Red is, but yeah, temporary. So I have it on order. It's supposed to get here tomorrow. I wasn't actually expecting this knife until tomorrow, which is why I ordered it online. And I didn't just go to Walmart and get it. I was like, it's like 50 cents cheaper on Amazon. I might as well get it because I'm not needing it until then. Oops. Oh, well. So I've already broken the seal on this one. So that took no effort because I've already done it. So this warranty is already busted. So I might as well keep going. And get the pocket clip off here. If I can find it might be this one actually. It is. I feel stupid. One thing I like about Spyderco's over Benchmade, one of the few things, is their screws for the clips mount directly into the steel. There's a liner on the inside and mounts directly in there. Benchmades tend to mount into the G10 scales, which is fine, but it's not the most secure thing in the world. Benchmade clips aren't the most secure things on the planet. Spyderco clips are rock solid, and I've never had any trouble with them, but that's okay. Let's back to this one. Nope, no Loctite on that. There's Loctite on this one. Woo! That was some hefty Loctite there. That was some mean Loctite. I've never taken one of these apart, so I'm going to try not to kill myself here. Whoa, that's on there solid. I think that ring is kind of like pressed on there a little bit. Let me try to pry that off just a little bit. What's up, Gary? A little bit of a different stream here. Okay, that's not coming off. Let's try to get the other screws out. I'm not sure if that's a great idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. Make sure that's the right size so I'm not stripping anything. I don't know if I can go a size bigger. I can go a size bigger on that. That's why I thought those were the same. Good Lord. Okay. How's school going? School's going okay. It's going. That's not coming out. That pivot is not coming out. Let's try to get the rest of these off before we kill ourselves here. Is that just spinning on its own axis there? Let's try to squeeze it a little bit more. There we go. So I imagine this one's not coming out because it's going to spin on itself. Yeah. So I will. Oh no, it came out. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. How the fudge is this locked in there so tight? Hold on. Try not to break it, but I did not see that coming. I did not think about that. I don't know if I can bend it back. I'm going to try. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Nope, bent it too far. Okay, well, that screwdriver's pretty much screwed. That's a few knives you have there. What brand? We got some Spydercos, some Benchmades. I have a Microtech here, and then this is just a off-brand cheap one, Rook. Spelled a little funny. I'm not sure if I can. Okay, so that's gonna slide off like that. Bit of a washer here. Now I'm just trying to get this thing apart from principle. Like, this is... That's crazy. That's just friction. Am I being stupid, or... Why is that on there so tight? I know it comes off because you can get custom hardware for it. What the crap? I'm so curious now. So you screwed the screwdriver. I did screw the screwdriver. That should be coming off. I don't understand. There's no way that's just pressure fitted. There's no way that's just friction fitted. I'm missing something. There's no freaking way. It wants to come out. I'm currently working on Modulus Raptor Strike stock integration. That sounds cool. Okay, well, now I'm curious. That's all one. Oh. Everything's coming out fine so far. I might have to put one of these screws back in to break the Loctite. And come back on this side. There we go. Okay, that's not coming out. Yep, I'll do the same thing here. Well, maybe I will just replace the blades. Now I'm kind of curious if I can even get these scales off. Interesting thing that happened today was a random girl behind me and my friend. She was behind us and then yelled, "Can you get out of the effing way?" And then my friend said, "Watch your profanity." Okay. It's going to be mostly white and some blue. Ooh, I like me some white. You guys know how much I like my white blasters. This is already done screwed, so I might as well. Oh, that's intimidating. Ooh, careful. Now I'm curious if this is going to... This is much looser. It's about to pop out already. Yep, I can work this one out. There it goes. It's out. Okay, so why the heck is that one so tight? Now I'm kind of determined to do this my way because that's... Now that I know I'm not going to break it, or at least it shouldn't be, I can pull on this a little bit tighter. I'm just going to try to wiggle it out. There is some play there. That's remarkable that that's not coming out. Like, that has to be pressed fit in there. There's no freaking way that's fitting in there like this without, like, they had to have, like, flared it out or something. There's no way that this is a normal fitting. It's almost out. I'm wondering if I should drill press this out. Not drill it, but like I kind of use it as like a press. Like kind of put this one on top of here and then just like punch it out. We'll resort that out if we need to, but do you want me to throw it? Do you want me to throw it on Wacom's chat when I'm done? Sure, why not? Do you have a Razel? What? I have no idea what that is. Oy vey, this is starting to piss me off. Do I have a screwdriver? Hold on one sec. It's not a screwdriver, but I think I can get it to pry. If I can get it under. Not really. It's a little too thick. That's freaking crazy. Why is this like this? That's actually really, really frustrating, especially knowing that you can buy aftermarket versions of aftermarket little discs like this. Like, that's incredibly frustrating. Now I want to take this thing apart just based on like freaking principle of I want to eventually be able to repair this one day. That's freaking crazy that it's just on there. That has to, like, they had to have pressed something in there to flare it out on the top so that it would do this. There's no other explanation. Yeah, I'm glad I have two of these. I'd never be able to get it out. Hold on. I think I'm going to use my drill press to press this thing out. If I can set it up properly. I don't want to like snap this thing. Trying to figure out how to set it up. Give me a sec. I need to carve a bigger notch here. So I'm trying to set it up something like this. There's not, this isn't quite wide enough. I might just have to go out real quick and give me 5 seconds with the bandsaw. This is going to be loud, so plug your ears. Just carve that out, little bandsaw. Now I can kind of do one of these, maybe. It's a little bit more secure. Hey, what's up, Patrick? We're having a tough time getting this thing out. Look how freaking tough this thing is to get out. I'm gonna laugh if it just pops out right now. I've gotten half of one out, but like they have to be like fit in there, like pressed fit in there or something. So I'm trying to use the drill press to kind of punch it out. So give me 1 sec. Trying to set this up without cracking the handle. It's kind of difficult to get it at the angle I want it. Yeah, I don't want to damage the handle here. There it goes. There it's coming. It's so close. There it goes. There it goes. Oh my goodness. Why was that so hard? Okay. Where are we? Now, whoa, lots of messages. Yes, y'all. Okay, it's Monday. Yeah, we'll see. Take note. I'll take that as a note. The blade is type. It's very square and has bottom front sharp chisel. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Easy. Ben, do you know anything about? Do you know anyone with that's willing to sell it? I'm sure you can find one pretty easily. They're not that rare, but I don't know anyone. Just now learning that automatics in my state are legal. Sweet. Automatics became legal within like 1 month before me purchasing this one, so I do collect knives. On automatic knife, any suggestions? My suggestions are going to be expensive. I'm into the higher end knives. I really want a ProTech. ProTechs make excellent automatic knives, but again, those are kind of expensive. Benchmade is going to be good no matter what. People are like, the blade centering isn't perfect, or like you'll hear like a lot of people bitch about their quality or something. I think they're great quality, but what you're really buying with a Benchmade is the warranty. Their warranty is absolutely phenomenal. You do anything to the blade, you send it in, they'll fix it. You can get if you snap the blade off, you can get the entire blade replaced for like $35. It's great. If you want like the ultimate of ultimate, you're pretty much looking at it here. This is an out the front Microtech. It's called an Ultratech, and this is pretty much the apex of out the fronts. When you think automatic out the front, this is usually what people point out. Except this is not a cheap knife. This is a $300 knife. So definitely not cheap, but in my opinion, that's going to be the one. So we have not lost the war. We have gotten, get that wash off. We have gotten one of these off. I'm not sure if it's going to be worth doing everything, because now I need to figure out a way to get this other pivot off. It's kind of a matter of principle right now. Like, I wanted to replace the scales and not just switch out the blades, and now I'm kind of being forced to just switch out the blades, and that's kind of irking on my nerves. Is that the biggest one? I think this is, yeah. Okay, switch that up. Probably, I would imagine. Gavin, I might not be able to get that out. That might be red red Loctite. I might not be able to get that out. After all that work, I'm defeated by a screw. Hold on. Let me get a better. I don't want to snap. This is like a $60 thing. Give me 1 second. I don't think this is the right size. Oh, it is. I have to close my door. Anyone have $300 I can borrow? Okay, this has a bigger handle, so it might be a little bit easier. Woo! Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, there's no way I would have been able to get that out with that other one. Not even a chance. That was way too hard in there. Yay! Okay. No, I think we have this one in here still. Yeah. Yes, I'll be able to replace the scales like I wanted. Oi. Need to put that kind of on here. Screw one of these back in and use that as an anchor. It's almost out. I can feel it. It's looser. Oi, so close. Come on. Because that's too big, yeah. Oh, it's spinning on its own thing. That's annoying. There we go. Good grief. Spyderco is not the easiest thing to take apart. Now this one's doing it. Just kind of push down as hard as I can. Use the friction of itself. Oh, come on. There we go. Good Lord. These things are not easy. Can't even get the friggin' bushing out now. Okay, now how the heck am I going to remove this one is the real question here. Because if I had that much trouble removing the first one, no idea how I'm going to remove this one. Get that washer out of the way. I'm thinking just kind of like this. I wonder if I can look it up real quick. Simple answer, you don't remove it. You know, I could just let it win. No, I can't do that. I can't just let it win. It's a principle. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. I have one knife that had a special tortoise that exclusively from a closed air. It's so beautiful. That's kind of cool. Can an automatic take a K26? Nope. It's assisted or not. It's assisted, not an auto, but still cool. Yeah, that's cool. Oops. Let's see if we can't. How do you separate the lanyard tube? Good question. Yeah, they definitely expanded the tube on the inside. I'll have to re-expand it if I don't want it to rattle around, which is fine because I can use my drill press. But it doesn't really say how to get these out. Let's see. If I can figure out the hole size here, maybe I can drill a hole. That's just about the right size. That's too big. Oh, I have them right here. Didn't even see that. Oh, that's why I have the 1/2 inch out. A little bit bigger than that. That looks just about perfect. Let's try to do that. So if you're a little bit lost, basically what I'm going to try to do is drill a hole into this block of wood so that I can put this directly on there, and then this will be supported around the entire perimeter, so I'm not going to snap it. And then I can take one of this one and just use my drill press to physically push that out. Then I can take that bushing out of the hole and use it to press this one out. Kind of use each other. Whoops. Surprised I didn't break the drill bit right there. I just like slammed it into the side of my what's it called, vise there. I just realized that was probably really loud because my microphone is connected to my drill press, so I apologize for that. Blade HQ normally has decent prices. I got a really good price on my volley. I got my black bladed volley for $105, believe it or not. I don't know how I got that good of a deal on it. Okay. Hopefully that fits. Yep, fits perfect. So now let's try to push this out. Let's do that. So that's sitting on there flat now. The bushing should just pop right out. Trying to get it lined up right. I don't want to damage anything. Just going to take my time on this. Not in any rush. There it goes. That was very sudden and very abrupt. That was like no give, no give, no give, out. Did not see that coming. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I was going to say, I did not see that coming. Okay, let's try to get this one out now. Wow, that is in there so tight. That is incredibly tight. I'm surprised I got that first one out at all, to be quite honest. That is in there so tight. This is awkward. This is real awkward. I'm just gonna grab it. I'm just gonna pop it out. Just gonna pop it out here. Just gonna pop it out. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. We're just gonna play juggle back and forth, and we're gonna keep pushing one in and out. I might actually have to. I'm trying desperately not to damage this. That's both impressive and annoying that that's such a tight fit. Oh, you getting a new 3D printer? Come on, you rat bastard. Now the freaking bushing is stuck in there in reverse. This is ridiculous. This is freaking insane. I need to point the fan towards me. This is freaking stupid. This is just bad engineering. I can't stand press-fitted stuff anywhere. Cool. Now I got one out and another one stuck back in there. Let's see if I can get this other one out. It's really going to be rocked back and forth until I can wear this hole out. I'm sorry, I'm not following the conversation at all. I apologize. Hopefully this will be a little bit easier to take out. Yeah, this one should come out. Emphasis on should. There we go. Finally. Oh my God. That is so annoying. That's bloody freaking annoying. Okay. Let's all take a second. Oh my God. Good Lord, that is annoying. That freaking pisses me off. I'm just glad I got them apart so I can never do that again. I've won. I'm sorry. I've not followed the conversation at all. Anybody want to catch me up on the highlights and tag me? Okay. So it's kind of interesting. They have a ball bearing in here, so it looks like they drilled a little hole and then popped a ball bearing in there and then kind of squished it in there so it wouldn't come out. And that's so they can have a hardened steel ball in there so it's not wearing out. And then there's a little detent. You see that little hole right there? It's a little detent so that it's keeping the blade closed. Okay. So now what was I doing? I just wanted to replace the handle scales. Oh, look, I still have another screw. Screw my life. I have to kind of partially put this back together in order to take it apart. I eventually want this to be where the only thing I'm changing out is the handle scales. That is my goal. I guess I'd rather take this apart now than to try to figure it out later. Okay, now it's just trading back and forth. This is the same crap that's happening this entire time. It just trades back and forth. We'll try to loosen them at kind of the same time. So loosen that one. Loosen this one back up. Yes, no, maybe. All right, now that should be loose enough where I can just hold this. There we go. Okay, that was way too much effort. Let's never do this again. If I'd known this was going to be this frustrating, I wouldn't have done this on camera. Joined Discord and all I could find were adult content. I have no idea what you mean. I did, but he didn't respond. Who? What? What's going on? Because he wasn't reading chat. Yeah, I wasn't reading chat. If you need to say something directly, tag me, like Trico just did. Yeah, it's okay. He's busy, by the way. If you can afford, Tommy of Pain is God sent. Asked what is the best clear coat? 2K. In my opinion. Okay. Well, that wasn't worth it. I've won, though. I've won. So now we're going to do nothing but change out the scales. If I can even freaking take... What is going on? I just need to calm down before I break something. Like, I can't even get this freaking liner out of the scale. Winning is worth it. Yeah, see? You guys knew. You don't need me for modding. What's going on that I can't remove this? It's not supposed to be friction fit like this. Okay, if I bend it like this, then I can get my tool under here. There we go. Good Lord, why does everything have to be hard? Okay, that fits in there like that. That fits in there like that. See? Now what? Anybody remember how we put this together? These look like copper. Little copper bushings. I'm assuming I'm going to have to relubricate this. But I just want to get it together and we'll take it from there. Oh, okay, there's a little flat spot here, so it can only go in one way. I'm not 100% certain on the point of the... Oh, no. That's so you can... That's why that one wasn't twisting, because that one has a detent. Not a detent, a keyway. So there's like a little flat spot on the thing so that it's locking into the liner. That's good. So now we can screw this one on. That's why this one was harder to take off, because this is not the tension one. Okay, so I see their design purpose there. So they have one of these where you can just wrench down as hard as any machine will let you. And then the other one, I'll have to Loctite both of these eventually. And then the other one, this is going to be the one that you adjust by hand. So you're not trying to adjust both of them by hand. Let's put the blade in last. I'll blue Loctite these in, even though I really don't think it needs it. Again, can't do that now, but... Is that turning on my hand? Oh, it is turning on my hand. I can't even feel it. It's so smooth, I can't even feel when it's turning on itself. And the shorter one goes here. Those are... Yeah, okay, I thought there were two different sizes. There's long ones and short ones. I'm assuming the short ones go on the back where it would be, you know, shorter. Yes, take a walk. Rage, knives, don't mix. Yeah. I buy Acme 2K, but you need a spray gun for that. Spray guns are definitely worth it. Spray guns are amazing. I love my spray gun. All right, now let's never get this pressed back in. Hold on. Let me... There we go. Again, I'm assuming I'm going to need to relubricate this, but for now, I'm just going to get it in here. And I will relubricate as I need, because the last thing I want is to over-lubricate it. There's a little bit of lubricant left on the blade itself, because I haven't touched that. We'll see if that will be enough. Is that really it? There's not many pieces to this. I'm used to a Benchmade. I've taken apart my Benchmade enough. But there's way more pieces to it than this. I guess these are just spacers. Let me press fit this in first before I go any further. There we go. That makes my life much easier. Feel this one turning. This is going to be fun. I might need a second because I don't think wherever I don't think this is big enough, or I think this is too big. Yeah, it's too big, and then the other one's bigger size, right? Yeah, okay. That's not going to work. Oh, you know what? I bet one size under wouldn't be so damaging to it. It's one size too big. There we go. if I can hold it. I can't hold it. Not the best design. I wish they would have put that flat spot on all of these, because that would have made life much, much easier. But they kind of force you to struggle by just doing it this way. I guess it's cheaper, but cheaper to manufacture, but it's such a pain in the neck doing it this way. I'm gonna have to take this apart one more time when I either A, go to lubricate it, or B, go to Loctite it. And that sucks. Sorry, I gotta run. Not a problem. Thanks for sticking around. Okay, so now we'll adjust this as best as we are able, which probably isn't the best. It's a little loose. And when I say adjust these, I'm turning these like a fraction of a millimeter. Like I'm barely turning it enough to where I feel it turning, feel the screw turning. It's almost there. A little bit more. I don't think I'll need to lubricate this. Oh, there it is. There it is. Just need to back it off just a little bit. I don't think I backed it off at all. Yeah, I'm not even moving it. There we go. I think that's good. Well, I still got to put this one together, Trico, so we shall see. So I carry this backwards, so the pocket clip goes here. And they said there was going to be rattling in this thing. There's definitely no rattling in this thing. Like, not even a little bit. I don't know what they're talking about. Okay, so that goes in there like that. Full of crap. There ain't no rattling. You sound disappointed when you said that you have to put the other one back together. Yeah. Well, you know. A smart man would have started with the one that he didn't want to put together. That way he would be forced to put the one he wanted back together. But a smart man I am not. so much better. Whoops, that was my fault. S30VN, or excuse me, not VN. I'm thinking S35VN. S30V. Now I don't have to worry about stupid corrosion. I'm gonna post this on the knife subreddit. Hopefully someone appreciates the fact that I spent an ungodly amount of money on this knife. Fun fact, this is now the most expensive knife I own. What I plan on doing is kind of like spend, you know how like if you buy something, sometimes you can get a mail-in rebate. Hopefully I can get a mail-in rebate with this, sort of. I plan on selling this one on eBay. I'm not going to trick, it's not to trick anyone. I'm going to tell them, hey, I opened it up, the warranty's out. There's an M4 blade, not an S30V. No trickery. I just wanted the knife blade and I was willing to pay for it. So I'm probably going to try to start an auction or something for like $75 on this one and see if I can get any money out of it. For those of you who don't know, this is a $150 knife, so $75 for a brand new knife, regardless of the blade steel, is pretty good in my opinion. So hopefully someone can get a nice blade for relatively cheap. But I got the one I wanted, and I'm happy either way. Don't tell Heather. So let's put this one back together. Well, at the very least, I'm now an expert on this knife. Expert. I really did want to take it apart fully so I could completely understand what's going on this thing, because it's always nice to know those kind of things. Put that, and then there's a little divot in here that goes right there. And I'll Loctite this one up before I ship it out as well. So does this mean the stream is anything? You already said that. I already read that. You sound so yes. Are any of us smart here? I know I'm not. It says Trico. How much is it now? How much is what now? How much is what now, Trico? Just out of interest's sake, how much did you sell Oculus Dawn for? Yeah, Trico got it right. 1,200. Glass Construct more than doubled that. I'm just now realizing that I haven't mentioned that before. I probably shouldn't have said anything. That's not the sequence that I'm supposed to be going in. This little spacer goes here first. Otherwise, I'm swinging the blade around. Don't need that. This is a nice knife, though. It's all blackout. A year ago, me would have loved this. Like the whole blackout. You can tell that I like black. It's just a neutral color. It goes with everything, you know. But I really, 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 really like this one. It's perfect now. Oh my gosh, it's perfect now. I'm so glad I got that. I told myself I would be okay with the steel. I'd be okay with the steel. I'd be okay with the steel. As soon as I got it in my hands, it's like it's the only thing that's wrong. I can't do this. So I immediately ordered the other one. Probably shouldn't have mentioned that, Ryan. Oh, it was way better than Glass Construct. Oh, that hurts. How did Glass Construct? You're okay, Ryan. How did Glass? It's permanent now because everything's recorded. How did Glass Construct? How did Glass go for that much? It sold in 40. It sold in 23 hours of me posting the listing. But good question. Okay, now damn spacer. I can't stand these spacers. I'm going to press it in. Hold on. I cannot stand these spacers. If I didn't have this drill press, I'd be screwed. That just makes me like my drill press even more. I don't know what I would do without that drill press. Drill press is bae when you need it. Yeah, it really is. It does one thing. And I was procrastinating a very, very long time before I got my drill press because it drove me nuts because it does one thing. It goes up and down. That's it. That's the only thing it does. But it goes up and down really, really well. And when I finally caved in and bought one, I'm glad I got the nicer one because they're very, very helpful when you need them. Get that on there. Oh, there we go. And again, before I go any further, I'll just press fit this in. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what the hell anyone's talking about. It's going to wiggle. This thing ain't going anywhere, trust me. Even fitting it back in, there's no way it's going anywhere. I prefer my scroll saw to my bandsaw, but I'm in the minority. Yeah, I prefer my bandsaw. Dremel is probably the first tool anyone should get, to be perfectly honest. In like if you're doing any mods, like any body work in the slightest, Dremel's definitely the thing to get. See, I should have done this one first because, like, you can tell by the time I get to this one, I already have a system in place. I'm not trying to figure things out. That's all right. If anybody needs their paramilitary 2 fixed. Can't mod with that one. Okay, pivot screw in. I'll have to get my Loctite in before I post this. Okay, a little too tight. Okay, very too tight. Good Lord, how loose do you want this? I might have to relubricate this. Oh yeah, it definitely needs lubricant because that's like all the way out and it's still doing that. I wonder if I have this back spacer too tight. I bet that's it. It needs to be broken in a little bit. Believe it or not, this is actually how this blade came on this one. Was a little bit tight like this. So I'm wondering if it's the M4 steel. I'll get it going I probably need to re-lubricate it, but I'll get it going. I'm wondering if this one just didn't have enough lubricant to begin with. I'll get it eventually. Hold on. I have some Benchmade lubricant somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I'll have to find that before I get this thing out, because that definitely needs... Oh, there we go. It needs a little bit of love. Oh, okay. What just happened? This wasn't like this a minute ago, was it? What just happened? Fun fact, you can swap out the Vortex Nitron flywheel with the rival motor. Fits perfect. Interesting. This was not like this a second ago, was it? Was this like this? Okay, now I'm a little bit jealous because there's less blade play than what's on mine. Oops, that was my fault. A little bit tight there. Still a little bit tight, but it's to the point where I think it needs lubricant. Because I don't think they lubed this one enough out of the factory. So most people carry this right tip up. So I'll put that there. Right, yeah. Well, it's been interesting. I did not think this was going to take nearly this long, but it was fun. Tighten this down. I've been going for 2 hours and 24 minutes, just under. I didn't even check the blade centering. Yep, that's good. Not like I would know how to fix it, but luckily it's good. Two paramilitary twos. I'm going to cut myself. I'm not even going to try to do that with my left hand. Two paramilitary twos. Two great knives. One a little bit better than the other one. And then this one is ready to ship off. Well, no, it's not. I lied because I need to Loctite it. This one is ready to be put away. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. That was totally worth it. But yeah, now this one is more expensive than this one, which is saying something. This thing's so fun to open. You put your middle finger in there, and then you're flicking in an up direction like that. You would think it would be out, but it's more of an up direction like this. It takes a little bit of practice, but... And then the liner lock in the back keeps your fingers out in the way. It's not a... It's basically a liner lock, but they call this a compression lock or whatever. I don't like liner locks, though. I like this. This is a great design, but I can't stand the liner locks. because you have to put your finger in the way of the closing blade. That's kind of a stupid design, but unfortunately it's the most popular. It's got a little bit of a detent, so when you put it here, it kind of stops right there. I'm not putting my finger on that. It kind of wants to stop right there, but you still can push past it, obviously. So it's kind of meh. So now I will be carrying my Paramilitary 2 around for a little while. That's going to be my EDC. For EDC stands for Everyday Carry, for those of you not in the know. This is going to be my EDC for a little while. Great steel, great coating, great knife, great clip, actually. I love the clip. So if you guys haven't, I don't know, I feel like I said this just now, but if I didn't, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask those, and I will see if I can get around to that. I'm so mad that I did that. I can't believe I did that. I wasn't even thinking. Just gonna put that back together. Should not be that soft. It really shouldn't. It really should not be that easy to put back, but whatever. Thank you for the awesome stream. It's very interesting. Have an awesome evening. Hope school continues to go well. Have a swell day, everybody. You too, Trico. Also, let me know what you guys think in general about me uploading something like this, or me live streaming something like this. If you guys don't want this, I completely understand. I just figured if you don't want to watch, you get the notification. What's this? Oh, I don't want to watch that. Click off. I try not to, like, it would be one thing if I was streaming every day and you would get a notification every day that I was doing something random. That would get annoying. But I think this is okay. But if you guys don't like this, please let me know. And I will not do this anymore. The last thing I want is to annoy you guys, because I know how annoying that can be. Why you got so many knives? I'm a collector. I collect knives. God, that's sharp. That's so sharp. That's easily the sharpest one out of the box I've ever had. That's ridiculous. Like, there's cutting paper, but then there's feeling it cut the paper. And this one, you can just feel how ridiculously sharp that is. Like, that's not even a competition of the sharpest. Like, that's easily the sharpest knife I have, especially straight out of the box. I guess I wouldn't mind. Was very interesting. If you didn't say that, I would not have noticed, Rico. I didn't even notice it said interested. Yuri collected knives. I'm clean. Promise. That looked like something for a second. It's not, I swear. It's just a crease. No, but I saw a Benchmade. You can customize Benchmades. If you get it directly from their website, you'll pay full retail, unfortunately. But you can get like laser etched on the side. And I saw someone have Yuri's face on there. It's kind of funny. It's just a render. I don't think anyone actually bought it, but yeah, show off that manga collection. Unfortunately, I don't have manga. The whole lack of being able to read in another language is detrimental to that hobby. But I love the locks that get you out of the way, and Benchmade has Axis locks, which is this type of lock on all their knives. It's just a good design. You pull back here, you get everything out of the way, and you let it go. And if it does a little bounce back every once in a while. If you swing it down too hard, you see how it bounces out. You just let go, and the lock will close it the rest of the way. And you can hold this and flick it open. That's more difficult, but very, very fun to play with. I don't know which one's more fun to play with. Manga is a lot of fun. Reading Assassination Classroom at the moment. That's cool. That should be a good one. Did you finish the? Someone was watching that. Did you finish that one? I feel like you were the one watching that. Can't remember who was watching that. God, that's sharp. That's ridiculously sharp. I can't get over how sharp this thing is. That's such a clean cut. Like, you can't see this because of the camera, but that's scary sharp. That's brand new razor sharp. That's ridiculous. Sorry. I'm not going to get over that for a while, so. This one is a little bit quicker to close. Like, it's lightning fast to open, and then I can just let it drop to close. It's very, very loose. And I think that's just because there's no coating on this blade. So there's no friction there. I just let this one drop. So this one's a little more fun to play with, but gotta have that black bleed. Maybe loosen it up a little bit. I'm sure it'll wear in. I might need to lubricate it again, but that's fine. I'll get used to it. Okay, sorry. I've been flicking that too much, playing with it too much. Sorry, Neo. We're just about to wrap up. We're just wrapping up, Neo. I know everyone's probably getting out of school. It's awesome, but did get a headache from crying so much. You knew it had to have happened. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. I haven't felt a need to rewatch it yet, but it's definitely a really, really good one. You missed frustration and pain. No pain, mental pain. But we replaced the blades. No. We replaced the handle scales on these knives. That's a very big difference. I wasn't about to let that win. I could have just switched the blades really, really easily, but I had gone into this with my mindset that I was going to replace the handle scales and nothing else. So, see, now this one feels smoother than mine, and it didn't start that way. See, now this one feels smooth. I'm so confused. I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm so confused. Anyway, whatever. I'll figure it out. Probably need some tweaking. Hawkeye, to be honest, turned out, your stream took a Neo and now it's ending. What? Phil, what? I know it was about to happen, but nonetheless, I'm assuming you mean safer than I thought it was. Sadder, yeah. Safer, not safer. Started a new build. What are you building, Neil? More sad. Also, I feel like this one's slightly better designed just because the way you palm it in your hand can't physically get in the way of the tip right here. When I'm flicking this out, it looks like it's getting close, but if I look at it from this, it's nowhere close to your hand. But on the Para 3, I have actually cut myself. It was skin deep. It wasn't bleeding because it just barely shaved off, but you can actually get close enough to kind of nick yourself when you're flicking this out. It gets real close. This one's lightning fast though. This is way faster than the PM2. Significantly lighter. My bad, I turned the stream on, took a nap. Now it's over. I'm glad I could accompany you in your dreams. Some Springer that's modded. Okay, that's super detailed, Neo. See, like if I tried to cut something with this, like that's not even close to. I have to try. This one actually isn't that sharp, to be perfectly honest. If you ever want to test sharpness, you can test it by just wiping sideways. I'm not going, and it's more of an upwards direction. You can kind of feel it. My grandmother, Asian grandmother on my dad's side, will literally take her thumb and press it in. I can't even freaking pretend to do it. We'll press it in. I'm way off, by the way. We'll press it in here and like go up and down. Like I can't even fathom why she does it that way. I don't think she's ever cut herself, but like I don't understand how human beings can think to do that. So Raptor Strike stock with an EAT. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Hi. We're wrapping up the stream here, but glad you could stop by. Might as well, while everyone's sticking around and we're still saying goodbyes and people are still joining for some reason. One thing that drives me nuts, if you ever look up a review on a knife, is when people disrespect the knife and they try to act tough and act cool by touching the blade all over the place. And they grab it, like clearly putting their hand on the sharp part of the blade itself, and very often will put their fingertip on the tip of the knife itself. And they're just kind of like, you know, it's no big deal. I'm a super tough dude, so I'll just grab it by the blade. And they never cut themselves because they do know what they're doing. But it's such a disrespectful thing to do to a knife. In every sense of the word. You're disrespecting the knife. You're disrespecting what dangers this knife could potentially possess. To me, it's the equivalent of aiming a gun in your face, or more accurately, putting your finger on the trigger when you're holding a gun. Just like if you're showing a gun, you have the trigger, your finger on the trigger. That's just disrespectful. It's obviously not loaded. You're not going to hurt anybody with it, but it's very disrespectful to keep your finger on that trigger. It's kind of the same thing for me. It doesn't bother a whole lot of other people, but like just keep your fingers off the blade. You don't need your fingers on the blade. Also, you're getting your oils all over the blade, so I don't know why you would want to do that. But just a little pet peeve of mine. I think I've mentioned that before, but just the thing. Sorry. I was doing an integration process. Oh, okay. All right, gotta go. See you later, Hawkeye. Thank you, Trico, for sticking around. We're wrapping up here, so see you later, Trico. Good to hear from you. Is that one Nick started? 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 What? What do you mean, Ryan? Poke. Pokey, poke, poke, poke. Great for slicing because it's a full grind. It's flat all the way. It's like a wedge shape. Great for slicing. Nick did the Raptor Strike stock with the Strife, but he could be talking about that one. Yeah, he was the first one to do the Strife Raptor Strike, but he definitely wasn't the first one to concept that. People were all over that when it first was released. And even back, I think the Falcon, or is that what it's called? The Falcon? No, Alpha Hawk. I don't know why I was thinking Falcon. The Alpha Hawk even I think is similar enough to where you could say that it's basically the same concept, but yeah, I did know he sold that one. Kind of silly in my opinion to sell it, but Nick is Nick, so. Anywho, I said I was going to go 10 minutes ago, so Falcon Fire is Sharp Fire, yeah. So I apologize for the new formatting. YouTube is doing a whole thing right now, and I don't know how this video is going to come out, so I apologize if anything sounds weird, or if anything feels weird, or anything looks weird. I apologize that there's no... Now I don't even know where it is because my camera is reversed. There should be like text somewhere right here. There's not, but YouTube is doing the thing now where it's like on the side. Oh my good lord, I can't. On the side here. At least it's here for me. I don't know if it's here for you guys. Here for you guys. That's difficult. Now I'm just determined. Here for you guys. It could be anywhere. I don't know where it is. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please stay. I can't, you know, I've stayed 10 minutes too long anyway. I've overstayed my welcome in my own channel. God of War next Saturday. Hopefully I can get some footage. No promises, because sometimes when I just go, like, that's really the only thing I do outside anymore, or going out at all, like voluntarily, besides when I'm with my fiance. So that's really the only thing I have left for me. And oftentimes when I get there, I'm just like, the last thing I want to do right now is start recording, whether it's because something will screw up, or because sometimes I'll have the camera pointed too high, and then that will screw it up. And it's just kind of frustrating. So it's not 100% thing. So hopefully I can get some footage. Hopefully the stars align, but no promises. I'll try to at least have some loadouts, depending on what people bring. I need to do a loadout on myself, but we'll see how that goes. Again, thank you guys very much for watching, and end stream.